Sabi nila,
Everybody, thank you very much for joining us. We're just getting started. There might be a few other people that are going to come on and join us. Maybe while we're waiting for a few of our friends to come in, please can you say which National Scout organisation you're from in the chat and why you're excited to hear more about scenes today. Fantastic. Lots of friends from all around the world in the chat. We will formally get started in a moment. I'll just say hi, my name is Patrick. I am from Scouts Australia. I'm passionate about scenes, and my friend Datuk is in Malaysia, actually in the midst of a JOTI camp right at the moment, and we're really looking forward to chatting to you today.
okay.
I think maybe, Datuk, if you're happy, maybe I'll do a bit of an intro, and Asleen will let us know when we can get moving if we can have our friends from Italy here. But I reckon we can get started. I will introduce a bit about scenes if you like. And if you have any questions at all, team, please do drop it into the Q&A and we will come back to it later. I know that our friend
Understood.
Mushafiq has actually already asked the question we always get asked every time for JOTA-JOTI, what is the Jamboree ID? We will answer that at the end. So you get to hear all about scenes and then we will share the ID. So,
Okay.
I'll do a bit of introduction now. Hi, everyone. As I mentioned before, my name is Patrick. I'm from Scouts Australia. I'll introduce my friend Datuk after talking a little bit around scenes. I might share a few slides just to make it a bit easier to explain what scenes are, in case anyone has any questions. And then we'll get down to the important stuff, which is actually seeing a scenes. So excuse me one moment while I get this working.
Maghrib apa tu? Maghrib, sir. Umitot ako.
Okay. Can I have some thumbs up on screen if I am actually sharing this as a slide presentation, or some love hearts if I'm actually only showing you my notes? I think I should be showing you the slides, hopefully only. Okay, I've got a bit of a mix. I apologize. Okay, so we're here to hear all about scenes. I'm just going to do a really quick intro because we do really want to hear from Datuk and our friends at Sandakan. Basically, Scout Centres of Excellence for Nature, Environment and Sustainability is a program that World Scouting have been running for many decades now. It's a really important way that we can bring together environmental education and environmental management at some of our local Scout centres, demonstrating best practice. Scenes has been around for quite a long time, and it's something that WASM has been supporting since the 1990s with NSOs and local Scout centres. I've been really excited to have been part of Scenes for a while now and seen some amazing scene centres around the world, from huge places all the way through to really smaller campsites. You can see a bit of the history there, as well as the key parts of what makes a scene. They offer a natural area, somewhere to experience nature, which we all know is really important as Scouts. They also provide environmental education, whether that's formal education programs being run by the centre, or maybe even an opportunity to participate in activities where you can learn more with your local Scout unit. And as very importantly, as a Scout Centre, we expect that they'll practice best practice for environmental management and sustainability, putting into practice those things we believe in. To support them, we have some guidelines. These were updated 4 years ago, and they provided multiple language options over the last few years. The team that Asleen and I were in with a number of other volunteers helped working with the World Scout Bureau to update these, make sure that more languages are on offer for these guidelines. So we have the guidelines now in Spanish, in French. They're also available already in English, in Arabic now, and I believe in Polish as well. We're hoping to have them available in future, maybe in Portuguese or even other languages, just to make sure that more centres around the world can participate. You can see here a map of some of the scenes from around the world. There are quite a lot in Europe, but there are still 12 through the Inter-America region as well, and 6 in the Asia-Pacific region, where I call home. Europe has 23, and quite a few of those can be found there through central parts of Europe, but they're spread out all through all reaches of Europe, as you can see there, and a number of centres are also interested in places like Romania and Portugal. We'll talk a little bit towards the end if people want to hear more about why you go through the accreditation and how you go about it. So maybe we might actually finish up around this point. We can start hearing from Datuk about the Scene Centre that is available in Malaysia. It is one of our newest scenes, a centre from Asia Pacific region, like where I'm from as well. And we're really looking forward to hearing more from Datuk. So maybe at this point, if you're comfortable, Datuk is the chairman of the board, I think it is, for the Gilwell Sandakan Nature Park, and he'll be able to tell us all about the centre. So over to you, Datuk.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Good evening to everybody. It's now a bit dark here. It's already 6:15 our time here. It's almost dark. Anyhow, we still carry on with the program which is being programmed for us. Well, for your information, I'm Dato' Awang Zaini. I'm the chairman and the director of the board management of Scene Center for Scout Nature Park, Gilwell Scout Nature Park, Sandakan. Permit me to introduce, this camp is called Gilwell Scout Nature Park, Sandakan, which is already officially officiated by WOSM at May 12, 2020. And then I'm very proud to say that this is the first Scene Center in Malaysia, or in the Persekutuan Pengangkat Malaysia, or else Scout Association of Malaysia. I think we're the first one to have the Scene Center accredited by the WOSM. And then I'm very proud to introduce that this center is a tropical forest type of camp. And then in this camp, we are fully grown by a tropical forest center, rainforest center in the region. That's why what I say, since this center in Sandakan is located somewhere in the north eastern part of Borneo. I think GSNPS is not really far from the airport. It's take about 7 kilometers or 15 minutes from the airport direct to our camps. And then for those who are coming would like to come to Malaysia and join our activity in GSNPS, please try to get your direct flight to Kuala Lumpur, and Kuala Lumpur is a direct flight to Sandakan. It only takes about 2.5 hours from Kuala Lumpur to reach Sandakan. With that, when you reach Sandakan, well, it's up to us to give you whatever possible accommodation where we have prepared for you. Well, you can always find us and Google us and search for Gilwell Scout Nature Park Sandakan, and then you won't miss it. I think there are a lot of data, a lot of briefing, a lot of information already being put in the Google. I think I don't have to have a long way to explain to you. Just refer to that, and then you get everything done. Well, GSNPS is a land 12 acre, 12 only 12 acres in width, which the government already offered and give us in the term of what do you call that, gazetted by the government for the use of scout camping only. So whatever we've done in the camp, we are free to do whatever we like. We have to free to develop everything. Only we are very careful not to touch the tropical rainforest which is being grown here. The name in the first place was called by our governor is Scout Nature Park Sandakan. But when we first organized the first rubber mood in Sandakan, which very successfully, we decided, the government decided that we have to adopt a new name. So we changed it from Sandakan Nature Park to Gilwell Scout Nature Park Sandakan. So from there, we are applying for our qualification to be endorsed as the Sin Center. I'm very thankful to our consultant, which is Choi Yunzin, which is helping us so much, in Azrin for the success on the GSNPS to get the accreditation from the WASM. At the moment, I think uh, at the moment we have developed a lot of things in this camp. We have a very good camp hostel here. Is can accommodate 50 people at one time. It's fully aircon, fully bathroom attached, everything. It's only less than 15 US dollar per night. I think it's the cheapest. Then for you to come down, I think it doesn't have any problem. And then as for the other development, we have a very big multi-purpose hall. You can see from there. It can accommodate about 500 to 1,000 people at one time. Any emergencies during the camp, everybody will go there just to secure their safety. And then we have a very good office there, can accommodate about 100 to 200 scouts and leaders to have a meeting. And then we have a very good, nice campground. I think now it's a bit dark. You cannot see the participant. We have more than 200 participants for the JOTA-JOTI this year. And it's a bit dark now. It's coming to night time. And then we have this area itself consists of, we can accommodate about 2,000 scouts at one time. And then we have campsite B is about 2,000 participants. And then if we go through the rainforest area, it's easily can accommodate with another 2,000. So overall, I think we can accommodate 5 to 6,000 participants in this camp at one time. And then apart from that, we have a small mosque here for the Muslim to say prayer. And then we have a very nice environment as what we are proud of. We are environmental education center. We are very much like to maintain the status as what is required by the procedure in WASM. At the moment, you can see the floor plan of the area is the big area. And then in detail, you can see all the area. Only that I'm given another 2 years by the government, by Scout Association of Malaysia, to upgrade, to make sure everything is good order for the overseas participant to come in. I think you give me another year. I think by January 2026, we are be able to accommodate, to welcome anybody from overseas to come down to the center. I think it's really very good experience for you all to come down. It's not only Sandakan become the Sin Center, because Sandakan is the birth place for the Scout Association of Malaysia during the colonial time. This Sandakan is the first district to form the Scout Association during the British time in 1913. Now we are almost 113 years. I think we are well matured. We know what we should do. We know what action we should do to upgrade the scam. Inshallah, I think by the end of the 2025, we are already able to upgrade whatever facility in the camp to accommodate whoever coming down from overseas or from within the state. At the moment, the camp is fully booked. Every weekend, there are people to come down and rented the place. And then it's not only from the scouts, from the robbers, is coming from the school itself, because most of the school here, scout here is what do you call it, school-based scouting, and then we are giving the chances to the teachers and the principal to come down with the scouts and the members to have a camp here. So every week, I think we are fully booked. Although we are not well prepared, but we are still very prepared to accept whoever coming in. Not only from the scout, it's from the public, it's from the government department. They're having 2 days, 3 days camp here. We always welcome them anytime for the camp. Well, apart from that, I think the government is very anxious to see that the center must accommodate whatever possible way to reach our intention in our mission. Well, for you to come down, I think we will welcome you anytime. But we are starting from 2026. We are always to come. We are ready to welcome any scout from overseas to be with us. I'm really grateful if you can come, and then we can show you our hospitality here. And then of course we maintain the strategy, the function, and the duties for us to keep upgrade the Sin Center in the future. Well, that's all at the moment, Patrick. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Hope to see you again. Hope to see any members coming down in 2026 in the future. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you very much, Datuk. Inshallah, I will be able to visit one day. That would be amazing. Clearly, it's an important place for scouting within Malaysia, but also a fantastic scenes to see. Annie, I'm just wondering, do you have some presentations of activities to share with us, maybe?
Yes, I think we have prepared a presentation. Whenever you are ready, we are able to give you the presentation.
Absolutely, yeah. You're very welcome to start presenting now if you would like. If we have some trouble getting on screen from Sandakan, oh no, there we go. Asleen's all over it. So in the background, our friend Asleen is helping from World Scouting. So thank you very much, Asleen, for all your help. Back to you then, Datuk.
Yes, thank you very much. I think Anis is going to make some presentation, develop presentation. Can you hold for a while? I'll make explanation.
Hello.
This is Anis.
Okay. Saya pergi sana.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. Are you going to share the presentation now, I think, Anis? Is that right? You're going to talk through the presentation for us?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. We've got the first slide on the screens all ready to go when you are.
Oh, okay. Actually, whatever in the presentation is already described by Dr. Awang Zaini. So I think that's all from from JSNP as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. Apologies everyone for any technical issues tonight while we navigate through things. That's that fun of mixing things live from multiple time zones and different places for the presentations. Thank you very much for preparing those slides. I guess Datuk was so excited to be able to talk through all of that, so it's all good. Not a problem at all that we've already gone through that. We actually have another friend who was going to come and present online tonight as well from Italy. Unfortunately, I think they're having some trouble getting through. So we thought maybe what we might do is, Asleen, if you're able to bring up the slides again in the meantime, maybe we'll chat through a bit about how other people might be able to join the Scenes Network, what kind of steps they need to go through to get involved. And then if anyone has any questions, we can answer those. So if anyone has any questions, drop them in the Q&A and we can come back to those. Of course, the Jamboree ID will be shared at the end. And even if we finish early, we'll be able to drop it in there, so that's not a problem. There's also been some excellent other links that Asleen has dropped into the slides. And so I will recommend that you do the activities. There's an activity where you can go into a Padlet, see where all the other scene centres around the world are, some links, and you can even drop in a little pin onto the map on the Padlet to say where you're joining us from, or maybe even suggest another scene centre, another scout centre that should become scenes. That would be fantastic. So thank you, Asleen, for putting the slides up. On the screen at the moment talks about why people might want to join the Scenes Network, what the important reasons are. The first one is, of course, you become recognised, your centre does, by WASM for your environmental education and your management practices. So it really helps elevate you. There are thousands of scout centres around the world, from tiny campsites managed by a few people to huge centres like you will have seen from major world jamborees or moots. And so Scenes is happy to embrace all sorts of centres, and by joining this, you become recognised for your environmental practices. The next one is something that's really important. We are a non-formal education movement. We are all about improving young people and helping them take place in society as great leaders and great citizens. And alongside that work, of course, embedding the Sustainable Development Goals and the Education for Sustainable Development framework into our work is really important. So if you're looking for some support to do that, joining Scenes is a great way to get part of it, because you will be able to talk with other scene centres who have been working on the SDGs, share your own ideas and get inspiration. So it's a really good way to lift your participation in education for sustainable development. Third, there's support from experts. So I mentioned the other Scout centres in the network. We have places that run biofuel powered energy sources to do heat for some of their centres. Sandakan have some amazing things, like they do apiary, so like beekeeping, which is something that I'm personally passionate about as well. There are all sorts of skills and experiences the centres have, and when you join the network, you can talk with them, share ideas, and hopefully get inspired to improve your own practices. There are some amazing practices online, so do check out Gilwell Scout Nature Park to learn more about their centre. The fourth one there is visibility. So one of the big challenges we have as Scouts is that we're doing a lot of this work as volunteers. We may have some government support or support from other partners, and a really good way for them to understand how the work we do is really important for both the community and the environment is by being part of things like Scenes. When your Scout Centre says they are part of Scenes, they can be shown to be part of that international network. They have really good peers to work with. They're committed to environment and sustainability. And if you have that badge, you can then say to your partners, we are part of something very big and important in the world, showing our commitment and our ability to stage the accreditation of Scenes. And so hopefully then attracting other partners. Yeah, happy to go to the next slide, Asleen. Thank you. So quick recap on the Scenes requirements. If our friend Paolo does come, then I will make sure I jump out and give some time for him. And I'm also happy to answer any other questions we may get. So yeah, we've talked about natural habitat to support native species, and to experience and connect with the natural world, and a place for independent learning experiences, unstructured play and exploration in nature. While it's great to run environmental education programs, it's also important to give people a space to enjoy nature themselves and participate and experience it in ways that they want. Cool. And the environmental education requirements, you can see there, they are on the screen. So offering environmental education based on the environment in Scouting. You do not, while it's fantastic if you're offering Earth Tribe and Earth Tribe aligned programs, you may be offering other environmental education programs from your partners or from your NSO, and that's okay. It's all about just making sure that you do deliver environmental education. And it's a good chance to engage with local communities and share your environmental practices with guests. So it's not just about having the piece of paper, it's about living those values, showing that you're really committed and delivering on that. Environmental management, there's a lot to it. It says they're adopting and implementing environmental policy, but it's also about implementing that policy in a way that helps you to keep improving. So we've been really clear to say ongoing improvement through self-reflection and peer assessment. So when you put your policy in place, you put it into action, and you then review to make sure that what you're doing is what is best practice, you're keeping to your commitments, and you're making improvements as you go through. And by tapping into the Scenes network, you get great support to do that. So how you become part of it? Well, everything we do in World Scouting is facilitated through the WASM services. So we have the WASM services platform. So your international commissioner from your National Scout organisation would apply through the WASM services platform through the Better World service, which is on the screen just at the moment in those coloured circles. Asleen, can you unmute and remind me? I think is it the green rope? My eyes are very bad, sorry.
Yes, in the green road under Better World Framework.
Cool, thank you. There we go. We got to hear Asleen then. So, and if you go to the Better World Framework Service, your international commissioner will be able to apply for accreditation. But at the same time, you can actually look up the Scenes guidelines online. So if you went to scout.org/scenes, you can access the Scenes guidelines, read up about it, and get some help. Maybe here's an example here. So of some of the Scout centres that have gone through either re-accreditation, or in the case of, I think on the next page, there might be some that have actually applied recently for accreditation. So over the last few years, was on another slide, I apologise. We've had a number of people go through it, and so we've done a lot of improvements. So working with volunteers, with staff in the World Scouting office, we've been able to improve the way we work through the accreditation and re-accreditation process, because it's all about making sure people are implementing the Scenes guidelines well, learning from the experience, and they go through this review process for a re-accreditation in a way that helps them be better at implementing Scenes. I'm wondering if I might, there's an example of a digital certificate. So we were one of the first services to implement the digital certificates. So while you get a physical certificate for your centre when you first join Scenes, now when you get re-accredited, we're saving on postage and paper and all those sort of resources. We instead provide a digital one, which can be then used electronically to show on your website and other places that you are part of the Scenes network. I might actually have a look at some of the questions now. There we go, good timing. There was a question in the chat in the Q&A. As a Scout, what does it take for me to access or reach the Scout Centre? So in the case of Sandakan, Datuk was very kind enough to explain that if you want to visit that in Malaysia, it's about 2.5-hour flight from Kuala Lumpur. Some places in Europe, you might be able to reach a Scout Centre by train or by bus, and it really depends which centre you want to visit and how far away it is. There are a number of resources that you can check out some parts of the centres online, and that can hopefully inspire you, and then maybe you'll choose to visit one face-to-face. The purchased, there's someone asked about the symbol purchased independently. So Scenes is only for Scout centres. So you need to be a centre that is involved with Scouting. You can't pay for it. It is just a WASM service that's provided to members. And so you have to you have to apply for and meet the accreditation standard, and then every 5 years be re-accredited through that WASM service. So it's only for Scouting. So a lot of questions about the Jamboree code. Someone has asked, what is your name? I think we've probably already gone through that again, but just in case, we have Datuk, Asleen has the World Events logo going, and then myself, Patrick. Certificate, the code, funny, the code will come within the next 7 minutes, if not earlier. Thank you, Jay. My friend Jay, also from Australia, has asked, do Scene centres provide support to one another? And if so, how? Excellent question. I didn't ask you to add that, so thank you for putting it in anyway. Scene centres can help in a number of ways. So the first step in the process is accreditation. So when you first join Scenes, another centre will come and assess and see how you're going about environmental management, maintaining the natural area, and environmental education, and they'll give feedback to help you to be able to put in an application that meets the standard, and they'll review that. When you join the network, you then get to participate in online seminars and the face-to-face seminar. We had one in April in Paris, and you'll be able to share ideas around best practices, test problems you might be having with others to help fix them, and then maintain those relationships and talk from time to time. It also means you have a friendly face. So you know someone when you go to another country, maybe through your work through Scenes, who you'll be able to go visit. We know there is an excellent accommodation opportunity there in Borneo if anyone ever goes to visit Sandakan. So there's a whole lot of friends there in scouting that have a fantastic centre. So being part of the network, you hopefully will get to know them a bit better. Yeah, and so there's probably many other ways too. If you've thought of other ideas, drop them into the chat. Love to hear them. Is the certificate available online or email? Now, people are asking about the certificate. I'm presuming we're also talking about the code as well, and that's okay. If you're looking to find out more about Scenes, check out scout.org/scenes. Or visit the Treehouse. Sign up on the Treehouse. There's information on there all about Scenes, and then members of the Scenes network actually get to participate in the Treehouse group that we have specifically for Scenes members. So that's a really good, another support mechanism. I think probably at this point, I'm going to give it a moment in case there's any final questions. Asleen or Datuk or anyone, our friends at Sandakan, if you have anything else you wanted to add, I'm going to quickly check my notes. Cool. Asleen, how would you feel if maybe we can probably give people the Jamboree ID in a moment? They've probably got the links to access more information about Scenes. I'm more than happy to stay on here and answer any questions people have. There you go. There's the code you've all been looking for. The Challenge Valley code is XNHZE. XNHZE. I'm sure a lot of people will run off now and go do more activities as part of JOTA-JOTI. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend wherever you are in the world. If you have any other Scenes questions, we're happy to stay on and answer them, but otherwise, we hope you enjoy the rest of your adventures. Please make sure you participate and share your own videos of hiking. And hopefully we'll hear from you in future. If you're interested in joining the Scenes network, we'd love to have more people join us. We're really keen on expanding the network so all regions of the world are participating. We'd love some centres from Africa region and from the Arab region. We know we've been working with a few and we're getting close, and we're really hoping within the this next triennium that we'll have some more join. Someone's asked there, how can we become a volunteer with World Scouting? Just a reminder, the open call for volunteers, for people like myself who want to participate in World Scouting's fantastic volunteering opportunities, closes the end of October. Please make sure that you go online, go to scout.org, look for the links to join the open call. You do need to be endorsed by your National Scout organisation. There's only a week and a half or so left now, so please make sure you get onto it, because there's a whole lot of work that needs to go into helping support your application. So get onto it soon, and hopefully you too get to enjoy the benefits of being able to support scouting to develop around the world. I don't think we have any other comments. Thank you everyone who's participated, dropped comments in the side there. We hope that you're having a fantastic weekend. And I think maybe we can probably end it there. How do you feel, Asleen and Datuk? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
so
you from Malaysia and Australia. We appreciate it, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, everyone.
everyone.